stinkincutcards.com, and I have the 2nd of February's Hostess Club cards for you, and I think it's a stinking cute little card. It is actually a fun fold, and this is the card that we made at Hostess Club this month, and it opens up just like that, just real cute and easy. Quite lovely. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to use the Lift Me Up stamp set along with the coordinating balloon framelits that coordinate with that stamp set. I've also chosen to feature the Cupcakes and Carousel designer paper that is in the Occasions catalog this month because I just think it's really quite fun. It was one of those stacks of paper that I thought, oh, it was okay, but boy, now that I've really started playing with it, it is a lot of fun and really has got some cute colors, and I've enjoyed using it. So let me give you the cutting directions. You're going to need a sheet of cardstock 5.5 by 7 3/4, and if you'll notice, I've scored it at 1.5 and 5 3/4 down this, so 1.5 and 5 3/4. And then we are going to need a piece of white cardstock, 4 inches by 5 1/4, and that's going to be glued onto the inside once we have it stamped. And then we are going to be using 2 pieces of designer paper from that Cupcakes and Carousels. It's 5 1/4 and 5 1/4 by 1 1/4, and then 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. And the reason I chose those sizes was because adding them together, it's 3 inches, and your Cupcakes designer paper is 6 by 6. So I figured you could get two cards out of each sheet of paper with only a 3/4 of a strip on the end as waste. So, but you could use on a different card. All right, and then we are going to need 2 pieces. I used the Soft Sky run through the stitched framelits, and I used the Calypso Coral run through the layering circles framelits. So that is going to give me my little image that looks like that. So let's go ahead and get started. It's actually really quite easy. Oh, and you're going to need a little scrap of white cardstock just to stamp your balloon on. Okay, so I'm going to use the Calypso Coral ink, and we are going to ink up our balloon. Okay, and I am going to use the balloon framelit and the Big Shot to go ahead and run that through to cut out my balloon, as well as the 2 clouds, 2 different sizes of white clouds. So let's go ahead and assemble this up because it's really that easy. We're just going to use a little bit of glue on our strips, and that is going to get centered there in the front of each of those pieces. Well, I said it was easy. I may have misspoke. All right. And we'll add the other one there too. And all right, so yeah, there's the front of our card. All right, be careful that you don't drop your pre-cut circle into the ink pad, but we'll just use the back side of that because, like I said, most mistakes can be fixed. So we're just going to layer that right on there. I'm also going to use the ribbon from the celebration offerings. And one of the other things to note is it's always a good idea to close up your stamp pads while you're working so that you don't accidentally drop more things into the pads, because not that that ever happens to me. All right, we're just going to go ahead and use that ribbon from the celebration offering. It's kind of a nice little ribbon. It's got a little glitz and glimmer in there for you. And just knotted that along the top. And what you can do too is, if you want to make sure that that doesn't slip around, a little glue dot held underneath the knot will really make sure that it stays put. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some dimensionals, and I'm only going to put it on the top of my circle because I don't want this to be, I want this to shut and not be glued shut. So that's the start. I'm going to use the Soar Above the Crest Congratulations. And what I found worked the best, you might want to put that circle on after you stamp the saying, just saying. Okay. What I found it was easiest to do is to just kind of eyeball it. Ooh, and it's a little crooked. That's the reason that I didn't glue it in, because you can always flip it over and try it again. Like I said, it is easier. Let's just take that off for now. A stamp-a-ma-jig would work really well too, but that would require me getting up. Hey, not bad. All right, go ahead and glue that in. Okay, pretty straight. I'm impressed. All right, now we're going to use our image from the step before that I peeled off too early or added too early. Okay, so let's just go ahead and add that to the top again. And that's what's going to hold your card shut. So it's kind of like a little bit like a peekaboo card, and you don't want it. So we're going to go ahead and add our clouds. Add clouds up here. Add clouds down here. And then we're just going to add some dimensionals again on our balloon. And stick that right on there. And of course, anything can be blinged up. I've just used some rhinestones. This is like the strips. I find that I use everything else from the rhinestones, but these strips I don't use often as often as the others. So one of the things, they're meant to come off in a big long strip and to, you know, put on different things. What I find I usually do is end up cutting them. I want 4 of them, and I can just lift them up and bling up my balloon. Of course, you do need to have them cut, otherwise you'd lose some of the adhesive. Oh, and they can pick up just like that. All right. And there is your stinking cute little card. Any of the designer papers would work really well with this card. I just think it's really stinking cute. So you soar above the rest. Congratulations. There you go. Thanks again. My name is Sarah Schueler, and this is stinkingcutecards.com. And if you would like some more information about our Hostess Club, please visit my website or contact me directly. Thanks again. Happy stamping.